Good morning. Hi guys. This is Laura with FP Movement and Falling for the Yoga. Let me know if you are here. You can use the chat. It's great to meet you all. Come on in. Today we've got about a 45-minute vinyasa practice. So you won't need any equipment, maybe just a mat and some blocks if you need them for your practice. But yeah, we're going to get started in a seat. Hopefully you guys can hear the music all good. Just definitely use the chat if you need anything. I'll keep checking in over here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Be in your body, in your breath. That's all that I ask this morning. So let's get started in a comfortable seat. We are going to work into some twists and some hip openers today. So hope you enjoy. Come to a comfortable seat. You can take Sukhasana. You can take Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together if that's more comfortable for you. I'm actually going to come into a fire log pose this morning to begin because I want to open up my hips. And so coming into fire log pose, we stack one heel under each knee, a heel on top of the left knee. Find the sit bones. And coming into the breath, closing down the eyes. And start to feel this gentle hip opener. Coming into the body, arriving on your mat, closing down the eyes, maybe bringing one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Start to send the breath into those hips, into the... Maybe bring the shoulders up and around the ears, let them melt down the back. Doing that a couple of times, just starting to open up your body. We'll bring our breath together in union. So wherever you are in your breath right now, just take a big exhale. Let everything go. Begin to seal the lips. Breathe in through the nose. Eyes. Feel the chest and the ribs and expand. Inhale. Open the mouth. Sigh it out. We'll take two more just like that. Biggest inhale, seal the lips. Breathe in. Feel the belly begin to rise underneath the lungs, the rib cage expands. Open up the lungs. Really stretch that breath all the way to the crown of the head. Big inhale. Big open mouth. Sigh it out. One more, just like that. This side, inhale through the nose. Feel the belly begin to rise. Feel the ribs, the lungs, the chest expand. Stretch that breath all the way to the crown of the head and down into the hips this time. Biggest inhale. Take an extra sip of air at the top. Hold. Gently, we're going to switch the sides of our legs. So we're going to now stack the opposite knee on top of the ankle. So if you're staying in fire log pose with me, just switching sides. Again, refine those sit bones. Close back down in the eyes so that you can tune in. Start to feel the hips begin to open. Keep the chest nice and lifted. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. We're going to warm up our spine from here. So as you inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Nice stretch. Root the shoulder blade down onto the back. Coming into Garandasana arms, so sweeping that left arm underneath the right. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders and knit the shoulder blades onto the back. So taking our cat-cows this way is going to open up the back of our heart space. You're going to undulate the spine as you inhale. Start to reach the elbows up high. Start to dip into the belly. Take the gaze up towards the sky. So open up the heart space. And as you exhale, we're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine. Really draw those elbows in towards that belly button. Round through the back of the heart space. Tuck the tailbone under and tuck the chin. Moving with the breath, we inhale. Sweep those arms up. Reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Really stretch those elbows up high. Open up that throat chakra into that belly. As you exhale, we round in through the spine. Tuck that tailbone under and tuck the chin as if you would in a regular cat-cow here. Really pull those elbows in towards the midline. Inhale, let's reach up. Moving through center, we're going to release this side, coming into the next side. So inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. As you exhale now, right arm comes under the left. Find your variation of this pose. If this is too deep for you, you can just grab opposite shoulders. Being in your body, take your practice. If you're with me, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Start to stretch open those shoulder blades. Maybe keeping the eyes closed down here so you can tune in. Breath in as you start to dip into that belly. Send the chest forward and up towards the sky. Reach the fingertips up high. Reach the elbows. Stretch open that belly. Stretch open the throat. And as you exhale, we round in through the spine. We pull our elbows in towards. Tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin. Start to feel the back of the heart space and the back of the neck begin to open. Couple more this side. Inhale, reach up high. Really open up that belly, open up the throat. Stretch fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, round in. Pull those elbows in towards the midline. Really open up the back of the heart space. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Inhale, coming back to center. We'll release this grip. We're going to come into just an easy seat. So if you need to just wiggle out those legs, give them a shake out. Come into Sukhasana for an easy seat. We're going to start to take some twists. So refine those sit bones. As you inhale, sweep those arms up high. And as you exhale, we're going to plant our left hand on the right knee. Place the right hand behind the spine. Take an inhale. Reach the crown of the head up nice and long as you rinse out that torso. Use this hand on the knee as leverage. Really twist the body towards the back of the room, keeping those hips nice and square. Inhale up through center. Exhale, right hand, left knee. Place the fingertips behind the spine. Find length on an inhale. And find depth in the twist as you exhale. So maybe taking the gaze to the back of the room. Maybe reach those back fingertips back even more. Inhale here. Exhale, deepest twist. Couple more each side. Inhale, reach up nice and high. As you exhale, twist. Take an inhale. Rinse out that torso as you exhale. Inhale, moving through center. Exhale, twist. Hook that hand on the outside of the knee. Use it as leverage here. Really pull that forehead up towards the sky. Inhale. Twist deep as you exhale. Fold over these hips. So reaching the fingertips down as far as you can. Just reaching that back body out nice and long. Drop the forehead down towards the mat. Creep those fingertips even further forward. Start to feel that space underneath the arms and down the sides of the body into the hips. So keep pushing those hips back in space. Take a big breath. Fold in nice and deep as you exhale. Nice. Gently crawling back up onto fingertips. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position so you can rock over those knees. Find tabletop. Stack the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees, underneath the hips here. I'm going to be coming onto forearms here because I am working with wrist and hand injuries. So you can be in your body. This is going to be a hands-free yoga practice. So if you want to come down to forearms with me, that's where we will be. We're going to take our bird dogs from here. So as you inhale, stretch that left arm forward into space in line with the shoulder. And as you exhale, we're going to shoot that right heel back in space. Switch on that back leg. Switch on that core. Flex the toes down towards the mat. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale as you feel that core begin to burn. Breath in. As you exhale, pull elbow to knee in the midline. So you're going to use that belly. Bring elbow to knee in the midline. Inhale, reach and stretch forward. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Really use that core, fire it up. Inhale, reach and long. Exhale, curl it in, elbow to knee. Really hold and hover this side. Inhale to release. Exhale, tabletop position. If you need one round of a regular cat-cow here, take an inhale, dip the belly, lift the chest. And as you exhale, round in through the spine, tuck tailbone, under tuck the chin. Moving back through center, we'll take that on the second side. So as you inhale, right arm lifts towards the top of the mat. Arm in line with the shoulder, the belly switches on here. As you exhale, shoot that left heel back in space. Take an inhale, feel that core begin to fire up, flex those toes down. Drop that left hip in line with the right, take an inhale. Inhale, let's reach and stretch out nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee, hold and hover, really crunch it in, pull it up a little bit higher. Inhale, let's reach and stretch out long. Exhale, last time, knee to elbow, hold and hover in that midline, really hold it. Crunch that belly in. Release, you inhale, stretch out long. Exhale, come back to your variation of the tabletop position. We'll start to warm up our glutes from here. So send that right toe out nice and long, soft towards the back right corner of the mat. You're going to take some rainbows here. So as you inhale, stretch those toes up and over, take them all the way over to the left side. Exhale, send it back. Moving with the breath, inhale, take it up and over, rainbow that leg, warming up our glutes. Exhale, over towards the right, top side of the mat. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, send it back, top right corner of the mat. Inhale, up and over. Last time, send it back, rainbow, warm up those glutes. Bring it back into a tabletop position here. Inhale for that cat-cow. Exhale, bring the belly button in towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin. Inhale back to neutral spine. We'll take this on the left side. So reach those left toes to the back left corner of the mat. We're going to rainbow this up and over. So as you inhale, really use those glutes. Send that toe up and over towards the back right corner of the mat. Exhale, send it all the way to the left. Few more. Inhale, moving with the breath, take it up and over towards the back right corner of the mat. Exhale, up and over towards the left. Keeping that core engaged as you breathe in, send it up and over. Exhale, feel those glutes fire up. Exhale. Last time, inhale, up and over. Exhale, back left corner of the mat. Bring it back in for a tabletop position. From here, we're going to take Anahastasana. So we're going to gently crawl our fingertips out long onto the mat. We're going to reach our heart space down to the mat. Again, no hands here. You can come down onto the forearms. Start to rest the chin down or the forehead down onto the mat. Hips stacked over those knees. Let the chest come down low. If you need a block underneath the chest here, that's totally fine as well. Be where you are, take a breath. Stay for that breath out. Really start to feel the heart space begin to melt towards the mat. Inhale. Big exhale, let it go. Gently making your way back into a tabletop position. We're going to walk all the way back onto our heels. Untuck those toes. Bringing the hands to heart center. Knees come to touch. Bringing that belly in. We stay here and just open up the bottoms of our feet. Relax the shoulders down the back, close down the eyes and tune in right here. Take it. Stay in the discomfort for just an exhale. We never give our feet attention. Let's start to open them up. Release that space. Last breath in. Last breath out. Release the toes. If you had them tucked, just give them a little wiggle. And then we're going to meet in a forward fold at the back of the mat. So step the feet to about a hip width distance apart. Bend the knees a lot here. Sink that belly onto the thighs. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Take a sway out here from side to side. If stillness feels good to you today, take that option as well. If you want to start to find some buoyancy in the legs, that's completely up to you. I love to do this to open up the backs of my legs, my hamstrings, and my hips. Breathing here, taking what you need, maybe a big sway from side to side, start to find that kidney release, open up those obliques. Shake the head out, yes and no. Let all of that tension go. Big breath in. Big breath out. If it feels good and it's in your practice, we'll take a shoulder rinse right here. So clasp the hands behind the back. Press those palms to touch. Start to gently guide the hands over the head. Let that body fall heavy over those thighs. Maybe a slight bend in the elbows so we don't hyperextend. Opening up that chest, open up the shoulders, release that tension. Big inhale. Biggest fold in as you exhale. Release that grip if you have it. Gently graze those fingertips down onto the mat. Step toes to touch. Heels are just slightly apart here. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Find that flat back. Send the crown of the head out nice and long onto the mat. Feel the backs of the legs begin to open. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale one more time. Bring hands onto the shins here. Flat back, halfway lift. Plant those shoulder blades down onto the back. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we'll roll up the spine now, vertebrae by vertebrae. Moving super slowly, engaging our legs. One vertebrae at a time, we reset our spine, coming all the way up. The head, neck, and shoulders are the last to come up here. Reach those shoulders up and around those ears. Take a couple of shoulder rolls backwards and forwards. Nice. We'll take a short walk up to the top of our mat. Bringing toes now. So into Uttanasana at the top of the mat, toes to touch. Heels are just slightly apart here. Take a big breath in. Tuck that tailbone under, bring the belly in, breath out. As we move through our sun salutations, start to think of that intention for your practice today. Inhale, reach those arms up high. High mountain. As you exhale, cactus those arms, send the heart up towards the sky, baby back bend. Inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, bend and fold over the knees here. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Pick up that left foot now, send it back in space, find a lower. So again, no hands here, fingertips are either lightly grazing the mat or they're up out of the way of the floor. We square off our hips. We bring our belly away from that thigh. Take an inhale. Maybe bring the hands onto the hips as you exhale. We're going to start to dip into our hip flexor from here. So root the shoulders onto the back. Inhale, start to bend deep into that right knee. Send the hips down as the heart lifts up in space. Really open up this left hip flexor. And as you exhale, we're going to send our hips back, finding a pyramid pose. So we send our chest over our thigh. Keep up on the ball of that back foot as we just warm up these legs. Take an inhale. Maybe drop the fingertips down towards the mat as you exhale. Square up those hips. Inhale, then back into that front knee. We find ourselves in our low runner's lunge. As you exhale, step it up. Find Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand up nice and tall. Hands come to heart center as you exhale. Second round, inhale, sweep it up nice and tall. Exhale, cactus those arms, find baby back bend, send the heart up towards the sky. Inhale, reach up high, high mountain. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold, pick up that right heel, send it back in space. We're in that low runner's lunge. So again, fingertips can come away from the mat here. We square off our hips. We're going to use this core, really pull in that belly, scissor those inner thighs together. Chest is up nice and proud. You can bring hands onto hips if that feels good. Take a big breath in right here. Really push out at the ball of that back foot. As you exhale, we're going to bend deep into that left knee. Really start to open up that right hip flexor. Bring the elbows together. Really open up that heart space here. Inhale. And as you exhale, straighten out that front knee. We bring our chest to hover over that left thigh. Send that right heel back in space. Really push off the ball of that back foot. You can also drop fingertips down here onto the mat if that feels good. Start to hover that chest over that thigh in pyramid pose. Square off the hips as you exhale. Inhale, we start to re-bend into that front knee. And as you exhale, step it up for Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Let's stand up nice and tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, reach up nice and tall, high mountain. Exhale, cactus those arms, find baby back bend. Really spread those fingers out nice and wide. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, maybe fingertips stay down low this time. Exhale, fold, pick up that left heel. Shoot it back straight away. We find that low runner's lunge, belly is away from that thigh. The hands come onto the hips here. Lift up that heart, bring the elbows to touch. Inhale, start to dip into that left hip flexor. Really reach the heart up towards the sky. As you exhale, shoot the hips back as you straighten out that front knee. Start to lower the chest to hover. Maybe this time you clasp the hands behind the back. Pyramid pose, start to hover that chest over that thigh. Send the right hip back in space as the left hip comes forward. Square it off, take an inhale. Stay for an exhale, find more space. This is tough, we're just opening up the body. Inhale, release the grip if you have it. Come back to that low runner's lunge. And as you exhale, step it up, find Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand up nice and tall, high mountains. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Last and final round of this sun salutation. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, cactus those arms, baby back bend. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale for Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, roll up that spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, pick up that right heel. Send it back in space. We find ourselves in that low runner's lunge hover. Square off those hips. Maybe bring the hands onto the hips or onto that lower back and open up the heart space here. Bring that belly button in, really scissor those inner thighs. Straight away, we inhale. Open up that hip flexor, really dip into that left knee. Keep it stacked over that ankle. And as you exhale, we're going to send our hips back in space for that pyramid pose hover. So again, you can keep the hands here at the hips. You can also take that clasp with the opposite thumb off. Find the shoulder rinse as you sink into your pyramid pose. Hover that chest over the thigh. Wobbling is completely normal here. Use the legs, scissor them together. Start to open those hips. Take a breath. Fold in deep, exhale. One more breath in. Release the grip if you have it. Inhale, find that low runner's lunge one more time. And as you exhale, step it up, find Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's root to rise, stand up nice and tall, find high mountain. Hands come to heart center as you exhale. Take a breath. Find grounding in your feet. Maybe close down the eyes and push the thumb tips into that heart center space. See how you're feeling before we move into our standard sequence. This is hand-free yoga, so we won't be doing any chaturangas today. If that is in your practice, and you feel free to take it any time. From here, we inhale. We start to bring our left knee into the chest. Lift the feet towards the sky. Flex those left toes. Really pull up and in through that right inner thigh. Take a breath here. Bring the hands behind the head. Find that balance. We're working on our standing abs here. So shaking, wobbling is completely normal. See if you can knit the rib cage in. Take a breath right here. Drop the left toes as you start to take a micro bend in that right knee. Standing abs as you inhale, pull that left knee back into the chest. Exhale, toe tap, send it forward. Inhale, pull it in using those abs. Exhale for a toe tap right here. Inhale, last time, pull it in. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Figure four stretch as you take that left heel over the right thigh. Start to bend deep into that right knee. Sink those hips down. Figure four stretch right here. If this is too much, you can also drop the fingertips down if that's in your practice. I'm going to stay right here. Breath in. Big breath out. One more, last breath right here. Open up those hips. Sink 1 inch deeper into that right knee if you can. Exhale. Inhale, let's reach up high. Bring that left knee into the chest. And as you exhale, we're going to send the heel and the arms back in space. We hover out in a warrior 3 just for a split second as we transition this down into arrowhead. Lunge into that front knee. Square off those hips. We're up on the ball of the back foot here. Nice long line from that heel to the crown of the head. Knit the rib cage in, hover that belly over the thigh. Take a big breath right here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, we rise. Find a high crescent lunge. Bend deep into that right knee. Maybe a micro bend right here in the left knee until you find the stability. Square off the hips. Suck that belly button in, and then we extend. Straighten out that back knee. Fingertips are up here, nice and bright. Take an inhale. Exhale, cactus those arms, find baby back bend, open up that heart. Breath in, reach up nice and high. Breath out, we open out, find warrior 2. So bend deep. Sink down here, open up those hips. Start to feel this pose out. Extend fingertips out in line with the shoulders. Calm the breath right here. Maybe even close down the eyes. Take a breath, inhale. Sink one more inch into that front knee, exhale. One more, inhale. One more inch, exhale. Inhale, flip that front palm, reach forward, up and back, reverse warrior. Open up that right side body. Keep that nice big bend in that right knee. Big inhale. As you exhale, we find Uttanasana, side angle pose. So bring that right elbow towards the right knee. Lift this right oblique away as you sweep the left arm down and open towards the sky. So push down through the blade edge of that back foot. Extend that arm up towards the sky. Open up the heart, breath in. Stay for the breath out. Really use those legs, scissor those inner thighs. Open up that heart. One more breath in right here. As you breathe out, we're going to send this all the way up and back to revolve Trikonasana. So straighten out that front leg. Take that top arm up and over. Big stretch at the top, inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to TikTok our arms, come through center. Micro bend this front knee. Moving into Trikonasana, triangle pose. We send our hips back in space. Back, back, back as the heart reaches forward, forward, forward. And then come down to 12 and 6 o'clock with the arms. Fingertips or no fingertips here on the mat. I'm taking all hands-free variations today. So bring that right hand on the inside of the right foot, wherever that lands for you. Use the obliques. Use that core to keep you lifted. Keep scissoring those inner thighs. Take a big breath right here. Send the heart back in space as you exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, use that belly move up through a warrior two. Then back into that front knee. As you inhale, we pivot into our high crescent lunge. Come back to the ball of that back foot. Take a big inhale. Prepare to shift forward as you exhale. One more big inhale right here. As you exhale, we're going to push off that front foot. Bring the left knee to chest. We find our Garandasana eagle wrap right here. So wrap the left arm underneath the right. Find the bind. Wrap the right left knee over the right. Find the bind of the legs here. This might just be a gentleman style chair for you today. We're going to start to sink our hips down. Find one steady point to focus on right here. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Take a big breath. Sink. Really use that core. Keeping you lifted. Press down through that right big toe. Yes, breath in. Fingertips are bright. Keep those elbows lifted. Breath out. Detoxifying our system here. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Reach up. Release that bind. Exhale. Forward. Send the feet to hips width distance apart. In between the feet, that's as wide as your hips. Take an inhale to a flat back, find halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold. Fold it in, come back to the breath. Maybe wrap the peace fingers here around those big toes. Take an inhale, find halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bend to the elbows, really pull that chest on towards the thighs. Let all of that go. Breath out. Breath in. Release that grip. Set the toes to touch. Heels are slightly apart. We inhale. Find halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale. Root to rise. Stand up nice and tall. High mountain. Hands come to heart center as you exhale. Second side, let's move before we think about it. Inhale, bring that right knee to chest. Lift the arms in line with the shoulders. Fingertips are spread out nice and wide. Start to feel those lower abs engage. Flex those right toes. Zip up that left inner thigh. Take a big breath. Bring the hands behind the head as you exhale. Standing ab sequence here as you inhale. Knit the rib cage in. As you exhale, we're going to gently toe tap. So take a micro bend in that left knee. Toe tap that right toe. Inhale, bring it up using those lower abs, knees, chest. Exhale, toe tap. Inhale, bring it in. Use those abs. Exhale to toe tap. Inhale, bring it in. Hands come to heart center. Flex those right toes one more time. We find that figure four stretch. Hover that right ankle over the left thigh. Start to sink down into that left knee. Chest remains bright here. This is a big standing sequence. Lots of balance. Try to stick with your intentions that you set in the beginning of practice. Try to come out of the thoughts in the mind that are telling you you can't do this, because you absolutely can. Sink the hips down, 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale this time, let's unwind, bring that knee into the chest. And as you exhale, we're going to float this back. So we're going to take our arms and our heel back, simultaneously kicking that right heel towards the back of the room. A slight hover here in Airplane Warrior 3 before we drop this down into our arrowhead lunge. Find squareness in the hips. Find that chest hovering over that thigh. Take a big inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, we rise. Find our high crescent lunge. Bend deep into that left knee. Maybe a bend in the right knee helps. Find squareness in the hips before you pop that back up and find strength in the legs. Take an inhale. Reach those fingertips up nice and high. And as you exhale, cactus those arms, open up that heart, find a baby back bend. Inhale, reach up nice and high. And as you exhale, we'll open out, find our warrior 2 on the left side. I'll spin around so I can see you guys. So left knee bends nice and deep. So as if you're lining up that left heel on the middle of that right foot at the back of the mat. Each side might be different. This is definitely my tightest side, so feel into this pose. So it's a bit bend and straighten that knee if you need to. Stillness is there if you need that too. Slight tuck of that tailbone. Root down through the back of that foot at the top of the mat. Inhale. 1 more inch, you go lower in that left knee. Exhale. We've got this inhale, split reverse warrior. Take that left palm up and back, big side stretch, left side body. And as you exhale, find extended side angle pose, left elbow, left knee. As the right arm reaches down around, open up that chest. Send the heart to the back of the room. Use this left oblique. Bring it away from that thigh. Breath in. Stay for the breath out and find more space. Not hanging out in this pose, scissor those thighs together. Make this active inhale. Exhale, find that space. Ready, we move and transition. Inhale, take it all the way up and back. So revolve Trikonasana here. Straighten out that front knee. Take that left palm up and back. Exhale, tick-tock those arms through center. Micro bend in this front knee. We inhale, start to shift our hips back in space as the heart moves forward, 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 and then down. So again, fingertips can come to the mat or a block here. I'm going to take the hands-free option. Bring that left hand on the inside of the calf. Stretch the right fingertips up high. So whichever variation you're in, just find comfort, but also this pose needs to be active. Feel the inner thighs begin to stretch. Feel the heart begin to open towards the sky. Take a big breath. Stay for that exhale. One more big breath. Find more space. As you exhale, we come through that warrior two. Then back to that left knee now. As you inhale, pivot into a high crescent lunge. You might need to just adjust the feet here. Step that back foot up and in slightly if you were too spaced out. Take a big breath. Prepare for that transition. Exhale, stay right here. This round, inhale. As you exhale, step it up. Bring that right knee into the chest. We find our Garandasana Eagle Wrap Pose. Bring that right arm underneath the left. Find your bind. Again, shoulder wrap is an option here. Find the bind of the legs, bringing that right knee over the left. Start to find the bind or an easy cross leg. Find stillness, find a steady point to focus on. And then we start to sink down into the hips. As we restrict our digestive system in this pose, we begin to let that release as we open. Detoxifying the system. So sink this down, really crunch everything in together, engage that core. Take a breath. Make sure those elbows are in with the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. One more big exhale. You've got this. Let it go. Inhale, reach up high, bring that right knee to chest. As you exhale, we take the feet to hips width distance. Forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. We'll come into Padahastasana this time. So pick up the toes, slide the hands underneath the feet. Give those toes a nice wiggle in those wrist creases here. So again, this is great for anyone with wrist or hand injuries. If you can manage this, just giving those a nice massage. Let the head, neck, and shoulders go right here. Take a breath. Let it go. Exhale. One more big breath. Let it go. Exhale. If Chaturanga is in your practice, feel free to take that now. Moving through a halfway lift. We exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand up nice and tall. We'll meet in Tadasana at the top of the mat. So if you came through Chaturanga, we'll meet here. We have one more round of that standing sequence, one breath per movement. So from here, we inhale, reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, bring that left knee into the chest. Bring the hands onto the back of the head. Remember those standing abs. So inhale. Toe tap, left toes down. Exhale. Inhale, use the belly. Bring that knee back to the chest. Exhale, we toe tap, send the hips forward. Last time, inhale. Exhale, we toe tap, left toes down. Inhale, we bring that left knee to chest. Flex the toes, bring hands to heart center. We take that figure four stretch. We're not here for long. Sink those hips down. Take a big inhale. Sink down one more inch. Exhale. Inhale, we reach up nice and high. Exhale, find that arrowhead lunge right here. Inhale for high crescent lunge. You exhale, cactus those arms, find baby back bend. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale for warrior two. Inhale, flip reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Maybe fingertips float down towards the mat or they hover in space. Inhale, revolve, Trikonasana. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. As we send the hips back in space as the heart moves forward and down. Take an inhale right here. Reach those left fingertips up high. And as you exhale, bend back into that front knee. Warrior two. Inhale for high crescent Exhale on no breath, we step it up, bring that left knee to chest. Wobble the spine. Exhale for Untitled Eagle Pose. Start to find the bind of the arms and the legs, left side. Start to sink down into those hips. Woo. Breath in. Breath out as you crunch everything in together. Inhale, we release. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glute to rise, stand up nice and tall. Bring right knee into chest. Flex those toes. Bring the hands behind the head. Take a big inhale here. Toe tap as you exhale, use those abs. Inhale, bring it into chest. Exhale, toe tap. Inhale, lift it into chest. Exhale, toe tap it down. Inhale, knee into chest. Hands to heart center as you find that figure four stretch on the right side. Start to bring that right ankle over the left knee. Hover the hips down as you bend into that left knee. Take an inhale. Bend deep as you exhale. Nice. Inhale, lift up nice and high. Bring that left knee to chest. As you exhale, take that arrowhead arms. Send that heel back in space as you drop down into arrowhead lunge. Inhale for high crescent lunge. And as you exhale, find cactus arms, baby back bend. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale for warrior two. Inhale for flip warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Maybe the left fingertips reach down towards the mat or they hover in space. Take a big inhale right here. Stay for that exhale. Inhale, revolve, Uttanasana. Send that left palm up and back, straighten out that front knee. Exhale for Uttanasana. Triangle pose. Breath in. Biggest shape as you exhale. Inhale, bend back into warrior two. Exhale for that high crescent lunge. Get ready to transition. Inhale. Exhale, bring right knee to chest. Use those lower abs. Inhale, wrap those arms. Find eagle pose, right side. Right arm comes under the left. Find the bind of the legs. Start to sink the hips down. Big inhale. Sink it down. Exhale. One more big inhale. Last depth as you exhale. Inhale, bring that knee to chest. And as you exhale, release. Take a wide stance, feet and hips with distance apart. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift to a flat back. Turn the toes out to a 45-degree angle. Just a little wider than hips with distance apart. Coming down into Malasana Yogi Squat. Bring our hands into heart center. Bring the elbows onto those inner knees. Movement might feel good here or stillness if you need it. Bringing the hips down to your degree. I would definitely recommend closing down the eyes here and tuning in. That was a difficult standing series. Targets our hearts and our hips. And also our focus. To stay balanced is tough. So just taking a moment here in gratitude for however your body made it through that sequence and honoring what your body needs right now. Take an inhale. Take a big exhale. One more breath in. Big breath out. Gently, we're going to drop down onto our sit bones. We're going to shimmy this into our pigeon pose. So we're going to line up our right shin with the top edge of the mat. We're going to shift our left heel back behind the hip here. So if you want to come into this pose a different way, if you want to come in through down dog, that's totally fine. We're working on a hands-free practice here today. So meeting us here, take a quick look back, make sure that left heel is in line with the left hip. We're gently on our fingertips here as we inhale, we puff up our chest, gaze, maybe send that head back in space, open up that throat chakra. And as you exhale, we're gonna bend over this front leg, coming down onto your variation of pigeon pose. So this can be on forearms. You can come all the way down onto the forehead if that's in your practice. We're not here for long. Just a breath to get into those hips. Inhale. Big exhale. Inhale. Biggest exhale. Last breath right here. Inhale. Big release as you exhale. Send all that breath into that right hip. Gently coming up onto the forearms or gently rise. We're going to shift this over to our left side now. So making your transition again, if you want to come through downward facing dog, that's totally fine. Line up our left shin with the top edge of the mat. We're going to shift our right heel back in line with our right hip. We're going to gently come up using fingertips or no weight in the hands. Square off those hips. Take an inhale, really reach that throat chakra nice and open. And as you exhale, we fold. Taking forearms or down to the forehead here. Again, each side may be different, so taking what you need here. We've just got a few breaths before we move into our final rest. Big breath in. Out. Big breath in. Big breath. Last one, see if you can send that breath all the way into that left hip. Inhale. Release as you exhale. Gently crawling back up, coming onto fingertips or forearms. Come over onto the hips. We'll take a wide fold here. So taking the feet as wide as feels comfortable for you to fold in. Come up onto the sit bones here. Take a big inhale. Reach those arms up nice and high. And as you exhale, we'll fold in. Flex the toes. Reaching the fingertips forward, but we're not straining here. So we want to feel some release in those inner thighs. We worked them super hard today. You can see I definitely can't get my chest flat to the floor. My forehead is nowhere near the floor here. But I can feel the stretch all the way through my inner thighs and the backs of my hips, my glutes. Just breathing right. Maybe if you want to crawl the hands over towards the right or the left side, frame out that foot. Maybe you want to grab a hold of that foot, find some leverage here, keep the toes flexed. Start to stretch into that left or right side body, whichever side you're taking. Doing what feels good in your body. Before we gently lower the chest, move it all the way over to the opposite side. Frame out that foot. Grab a hold of the foot for leverage. And gently find a little resistance so that you feel an opening through that right or left kidney, whichever side you're doing. Side body stretch. Gently we'll crawl our spine right, and then we're coming down onto our backs. So shimmy down onto the back, bring the knees into the chest. Taking any final movements that might feel good in your body today. So if that's a happy baby, you can grab the outside or the inside edges of the feet with the hands, making this playful by kicking the feet up towards the sky, or maybe just finding stillness here and rooting down the shoulder blades and the sit bones. And if you are ready, the chest, curling the body into a tight ball. Bring the forehead up towards the knees. One last squeeze, inhale. And exhale for your Shavasana. Take the arms and the legs out nice and long. Take up as much space as you can. Maybe pick up the shoulder blades here and knit them together on the back. Relax the muscles and the space between the eyebrows. Bring the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you recommend a full 3 minutes in Shavasana. If you are ready to come out, just find some gentle movements in the fingers and the toes. Maybe take some wrist circles and ankle circles here. Maybe stretching the arms and the legs out in opposite directions. Take a full body stretch. And then we'll roll onto your favorite side, using the arm as a pillow. And then finally, coming up to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed down. Find the sit bones. Bringing the hands to heart center, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Honoring your body for your practice, your breath and your movement. Bringing thumb tips to third eye center, seat of intuition. We bow our heads here in gratitude to ourselves and everyone around us for moving together today. Thank you guys so much for practice. Namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. To leave any comments, this will be saved so you can come right back to it anytime. And I hope to see you soon.